a copy of House Bill 990 from the 1978 session.
House Bill 2070 is before you. What it would do would be to create a citizen advisory redistricting board.
This is the redistricting. It's House Joint Resolution 718.
This one I think is a little different. This is offered in some form of bipartisan compromise. Yes, I know about those.
Typically, when we start these discussions about how we ought to do redistricting, the concern seems to be that somehow, as a Democrat minority party, I'm trying to pick on the majority party.
It would provide an objective and intermediate step in the redistricting process that would allow citizen input into that process.
More recently, in the November 05 election in California, Governor Schwarzenegger, according to press reports, had a similar bill.
This House Joint Resolution 719 is identical to House Joint Resolution 141, offered January 21st, 1992, and co-patroned by a number of my Republican colleagues. In fact, on the committee, Delegate Hargrove, Speaker Howell, Delegates Perkey, Tata.
What I want to make clear to you is that I've been doing this bill since 1978. It was a good idea then, it's a good idea now.
The bill calls for the creation of a citizen advisory redistricting board. It consists of citizens appointed on the recommendation of the majority and minority leaders of the House and Senate.
I have the most recently retired Supreme Court Chief Justice appoint 11 people, one from each congressional district.
And so it establishes a Virginia Redistricting Commission, 5 members, 4 of whom are selected by a list, selected by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court from lists that are given to the court by us.
What we ought to do, in my estimation, is have an objective look at how the redistricting process ought to be carried out.
The board would prepare tentative redistricting plans for the General Assembly and congressional districts.
And these 11 people would all be retired judges.
I've suffered through only one of these redistricting processes, and I think it's a blemish on the oldest continuous democratic legislative form of government.
The bill provides that there would be public hearings throughout the Commonwealth. It also provides for a number of standards that ought to be followed.
In cases of split jurisdictional boundaries, the affected localities could recommend alternatives that would better preserve the commonality of interest within those localities.
It reduces competition, it polarizes us, and it, I think, diminishes voter participation.
This probably is, I don't know, the 6th or 7th time I've been up here. I introduced it a couple times each decade, look preliminarily to doing our redistricting to say, come on now.
At this point, we don't know whether the Republicans will be in the majority or the Democrats will be in the majority.
And I hope, whether it's this year, some year before the 2011 redistricting process, Mr. Chairman, we address this issue and in the form of bipartisan redistricting commission.
So, Mr. Chairman, that's the bill. Be happy to answer your questions.
Opposed, no?
No. No.
No.
No.